All right, welcome back to the Knives Fast channel, guys. It's time for one geezer on the other side of the camera to review another geezer. This is the Kunwu Knives geezer. There we go. And this comes by way of Kunwu to Kevin, Lefty EDC, and in the Lefty Pass Around group. This is the Knives Fast channel, guys. I hope that you enjoy your time here. Watch a few videos. Stick around. Definitely subscribe and hit that notification bell and like and comment. And for everybody, join us Monday night for KF Live, the best live stream, in my opinion. And guys, check me out on Instagram at Knives Fast. So that's right, it's geezer time. We have a slip joint from our friends at Kunwu Knives, guys. So this version is this beautiful copper carbon fiber. You guys know I love the copper carbon fiber. I just think it's beautiful, and especially this variant. I've seen some that are more muted. This one is kind of in your face. This is very much to me like the one that I have on my Tuya Envy. Yeah, very much like that. So you have titanium, guys. And it is in this, can you pick this up? Let's see if the camera can do this justice. It's in an orange peel. It's kind of a really aggressive looking orange peel finish. You have a beautiful, it's flat scales with this beautiful insert of that copper carbon fiber. You can kind of feel the edges, but it's pretty smooth. It's not bad. Satin finished screws and pivot. You got the typical Kunwu pivot. And guys, you have a clip over here that is a deep carry clip. You'll still have a tiny bit sticking out because this backspacer has kind of like a scraper or prier here on the back with a lanyard hole. And you got a little bit sticking out there, and it is reversible with a matching plate. The plate is not orange peeled, but it is really cool. And I love, again, the chamfers all the way around. Now, this is what I would refer to as a European style slip joint. And what I mean by that, it is a bigger knife, so it's intended for people that can't, and for anybody that likes it, but it's intended for people that can't have a locking knife, in my opinion, like in Europe or wherever. And you can only have a slip joint. And so you have a bigger size knife for your primary carry, but it is done as a slip joint. Now, the other reason I think it's a Euro slip joint is that style typically has a quarter stop instead of a half stop. Now, I will note here that we are flush on the spring when open, flush when on the half stop, and flush when closed. So really well done. Let's make sure, I'm trying to make a habit out of making sure the focus is staying with us here because it tends to drift, and I'm sorry, guys. I've been working on positioning of my lights and some changes, and so I'm hoping that's helping. We will continue. The other thing is I tend to stand in the way of one of my lights, so I have to reposition myself, which makes it harder to manipulate the lights, but I'm definitely trying to make it where it works well for you. So we have a titanium back spring, I should say. I said backspacer a minute ago, but your back spring comes along and becomes, like I said, your lanyard hole, which is milled out, and like a scraper pry bar here. Very cool. Now, this pocket clip worried me a little bit, and we'll talk more about that. It's very low. I just want to put it back in the pocket one more time here, just to make sure. Yeah, so it's a little low. So even in my thin cargo pants, it has a little bit of, I got to shove it up in there. So, which is okay for this style of knife, but I don't know how that's going to work for folks that wear jeans because I don't wear jeans anymore. Got the Kunwu logo here, but your retention is good. Very nice. I like it. Now you have a long pole, but what's interesting here, and I'm not sure why, is they did a double pocket here. Like a milled pocket, a raised spot in the middle, which is still, kind of milled out, but you can't really grab it. It is nice and smooth, but you can still grab that from either point really nicely. Now, did you hear that, by the way? This first, the pop there, really nice. I would call this pull like a 5. Yeah, I'd call it like a 5 to 5.5 for me. It's a little lighter than a lot. And that means when you're up here, even though you have jimping up on the spine, I would not recommend this grip. Now, if you did do that, and I don't like to do this because that corner can still come get you. You see what I mean? If you're where I was, you're still going to get hit by that corner. But you do have a quarter stop that should keep it mostly off your hand here. But to me, the best grip for a knife like this is like this or like this. Not up on that jimping, or at least not completely up on that jimping. Now, when you're here, it is a flat-sided knife with chamfers. You do get a really nice grip on the knife. Now, back to this. Unfortunately, that clip is nailing me right there. With it turned up like that, it's just not great. Now, is it a hot spot? No. Do I feel it? Absolutely. Now, you have this beautiful satin on the blade. It's like a machine satin. Very pretty, nice swedge. Just a gorgeous knife. Now, this guy is in Elmax steel. You do have jimping underneath as well. And to me, this pinch grip is my favorite grip on the knife. All right, get a piece of cardboard here. And as far as cutting, it is extremely thin. The flat grind makes it just a ridiculous slicer, in my opinion. Nice and tall grind. Comes down. Now, we're already starting at a very thin stock. We'll look at the specs here in a minute and see if it tells us. It is just a nice thin cutter. You have a very good sharpening choil. A lot of these knife companies are really listening to us talking about that and going, we want a clean sharpening choil. So we're getting that. Just a very well-finished knife. Very clean on the inside. You do have milling for weight reduction. Can't really show that to you really well on camera. You'll just have to trust me. Very, very nice. Now, as far as your comparisons, you have your Ontario Rat 1, which is going to be quite bigger. And your Rat 2 is going to be just slightly smaller, okay? So that is interesting. Now, on Kunwu's website, these are available and they're on sale. The copper carbon fiber version is $209. There is a black carbon fiber for $179. There is a green, what I'm going to call Chinese camo carbon for $189. And there is a blue version of that same kind of camo carbon for also $189. Yep, that's it. So now we will drill down into this one just to give you the specs. All right. Let's see. All right, I'm getting, where are the specs? All right, see, this is my one thing. Here we go. All right, got it. 7.36 inches overall with a 3.22 inch blade, so it is over 3 inches. If you have a 3-inch law, this might not be the one for you. Cutting length 2.95, so maybe you can get, you can say, oh, well, the cutting edge is only under 3 inches. Okay, so blade thickness is 0.08 of an inch. And very thin, like I said, very, very nicely done, but it doesn't feel like cheesily thin. And as a matter of fact, when it's open, you don't have side to side. It is very well done and feels good. I'm going to wipe that blade just real quick where you can not see it all smudged up. It is in Elmax with the HRC of 60 to 62. It is 3.06 ounces, which is great. And yeah, just a great knife. And again, this particular one runs $209. So a really cool slip joint option, I think. And again, good walk and talk. A little lighter than some, but fine. I mean, it's not a bad spring tension. Again, you're not going to pop it down. If I'm being honest here, if you're up that little bit, you're going to keep it from coming down. And I think, I mean, not that I wasn't being honest before, but you know what I'm saying. I just like to tell you guys to be careful and stay back here. But in reality, you could be up here and you could probably be fine, but you got to be careful. So use it at your own risk. So there you go. That is the Kunwu knives geezer. I'm really glad to have gotten a look at this guy. Fantastic and beautiful knife. Really, really cool. So guys, what do you think of this one? Let me know down below. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'd love to hear from you, and thank you for watching the Knives Fast channel.